Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Coffee Tea Paper. My name's Louise, and today I have another ink review for you from Ferris Wheel Press. Today we're having a look at Grand Central Skies, and this ink was created to capture the celestial beauty of the rotunda in Grand Central Station, New York. Now, I've never been to New York myself, so I quickly looked up a picture of what that might be like. And I can safely say that they have captured that colour very, very well. Look, in the meantime, as always, I'm loving the artwork on the box. It totally looks like a grungy underground subway station, except instead of the dodgy people, there are dodgy animals. So it's a predominantly a green ink, and I just love the way it moves in the bottle. I mean, look at that. It's just so sort of oily and viscous and almost has that sort of pearlescent type quality to it. So very, very attractive desk candy. Let's just look at that in slow motion. I don't know, it's like silk moving, like rippling silk, or yeah, it's quite mesmerizing. Anyway, back to the ink. So it's fundamentally a green ink with a silver shimmer. So as always, we are going to start off with my pipette. Yep, still loving that word. To do a little swatch in my stamped ink bottle here. I think I'm going to have to make myself one that is the shape of the Ferris Wheel Press bottles, because they are so iconic in their shape and design. I think I might need to try that. I'm not an expert stamp carver by any means, but I'll give it a go. If it never appears, you know it's gone horribly wrong. So don't ask any questions. And if it does, well, we'll all go, wow, amazing. So here I am once again trying my Kakamori dip pen with the stainless steel nib. And I have sped this up again by, I don't know, mega amounts, because I'm trying to write really carefully and improve my handwriting with this dip pen and enjoy these inks. This ink is also recommended for a medium to broad nib or a dip pen, and of course that's mostly because of the shimmer. So as you saw earlier, when it sits in the bottle, it kind of sinks to the bottom and loses that dispersion through the ink. And of course, if you have it in a fountain pen, that's exactly what happens inside the pen as well. So you need to give your fountain pen a shake and disperse the shimmer throughout the ink. However, with a fine nib or an extra fine nib, I think that could actually lead, the shimmer could lead to clogging, hence the recommendation for the broader nibs, which allow a bit more of a flow to come through them. So apparently Grand Central Station in New York, apart from being this beautiful, beautiful sort of tealy green colour, also has some celestial gold constellations on it. And what Ferris Wheel Press has done here is to include the different animals in the subway, which kind of gave me a little bit of like Madagascar vibes when when Alex and Melvin and Marty and Gloria all leave the New York Central Park Zoo and go to the train station to catch a train to Connecticut, as you do. So their Ferris Wheel Press, their take on it is a bevy of animals from across the globe to represent New York's multiculturalism and New York subway's interesting history. They also have on there a lion with a beret helping an elderly tortoise to navigate the subway system, and apparently that was inspired by the guardian angels, who are I'm not sure if they're volunteers or they're a remunerated part of the New York subway system, but supposedly they are there to help people using the subway. So when I was writing with this ink, it felt rather familiar in a funny way, and so it reminded me a bit of the Ferris Wheel Press Morningside mint ink that I have, and so for that purposes I wanted to get out that ink and compare, so you can just get a little hint of the box. The Grand Central Skies is up on the left hand corner and the Morningside mint is up in the right. And so I thought I would just get out some paper, and I don't actually have sort of much loose paper lying around, but Mel sent me some samples of a fountain pen friendly paper, Mel from Awful Gold, and so I thought I'd grab a piece of that and test out the two inks and compare them. So just here looking at the two bottles, I mean, you could easily pick them up and mistake them, so this I felt needed further investigation. Because I haven't actually swatched the Morningside mint ink in my swatch book yet. So yes, a little bit remiss of me. In fact, I've got a few inks that I haven't gotten around to doing yet either. So yeah, another thing on the to-do list. So here I am just trying to, I got a bit scratchy with the nib there, so just ignored that, but then by increasing the angle I was able to get a better flow. So there you can see the Morningside mint. So it is green ink with no shimmer, but it appears to have a bit more I guess shading you would call, and I'm not sure if it's coming through all that clearly here on the video, but definitely in person it's got more kind of a yellowy tone or a warmer tone to it, not quite olive but almost, and of course the Grand Central Skies has more of that teal and the shimmer. Anyway, writes beautifully. I really like it. So if shimmering green ink is your thing and you're more prone to the cool colours, it might just be for you. It's available at Ferris Wheel Press on their website, and of course if you use the code CTP at checkout you get 10% discount, which is always a nice thing. So I'll leave you here just admiring the shimmer on the page. Till next time, stay safe and I will see you in my next video. Bye!